This is KGW News at Sunrise.
KGW is heading to Bend right now, where a shooting shattered the peace at this Safeway store last night. Police say 3 people, including the gunman, died. We'll tell you everything we know so far. Plus,
you can see many buildings, high up windows that release like sheets of glass.
Yeah, an explosion at a food cart pod in downtown Portland blows out windows and scatters debris down the block. We're going to hear from people who live nearby and heard that explosion.
And Portland is in for a string of hot days this week. Temps, at least on one day, are going to hover near 100 degrees. So is that weather pattern becoming the new normal? This morning, what climate experts have to say about it.
Well, those images are kind of scary. Chris McGinnis is in this morning. Nina has the day off. Rod Hill has the day off, but Chris is with us to talk about not only that, but also today's weather.
Yeah, today is probably day one of what will be probably 3, maybe 4 days of 90-degree heat this week. And we're already off to a warmer start this morning. Let's get to the weather wall right now. Live look from our Rose City sky camera. It is, well, it's dark, but it's clear, and you'll be able to see that once the sun pops up. At last check at PDX, we're at 63 degrees right now in Portland. We slip south into the valley. It's 58 right now in Westland. A little farther south, Salem and Kaiser checking in the mid to upper 50s. The cool spot on this map, enjoy it. Sheridan, you're waking up to 52 degrees. All right, the plan for today, Monday, full sunshine all day long. I've got us in the low 80s at lunchtime, and then I think we top out at about 91 degrees this afternoon. And I also mentioned a little haze there. That is possibly, we see a little bit of wildfire smoky haze working its way into the area, but not before temperatures climb into the 90s today. Guys, your full forecast comes up in just a few minutes.
We'll talk then. Thank you, Chris. Before we get to our top story this morning, we do have a traffic alert for you. Police activity is shutting down Marine Drive at I-5 South. The on and off ramps are also closed. A call came in around midnight, sending officers to the scene, but we don't have details yet about exactly what's going on. Also, all lanes of Highway 26 are shut down at 267th Avenue heading east and at 282nd heading west because of a crash. This is right at the Multnomah-Clackamas County line. You can detour around it, but it will take you a few extra minutes. We will update those areas when things reopen.
All right, let's get back to our top story this morning. It's the shooting at a Safeway in Bend that police say left 3 people dead, including the suspected shooter.
We do have a crew driving down to Bend to get more information, but as of right now, here's what we know. The shooting happened around 7 o'clock last night at the Forum Shopping Center. Officers responded to multiple 911 calls reporting shots fired in the Safeway parking lot. They say the suspect walked into the store and shot and killed someone at the front entrance. The shooter then continued firing throughout the store, killing another person. When officers arrived, they found a 3rd person dead in the store, and they believe that was the shooter. A witness who was at Safeway with his 4 children says it was absolutely terrifying.
And I heard what I'm guessing is 6, 7 shots going off outside the store. And I just turned to my kids. I knew what it was right away. I said, "Kids, run."
Police recovered an AR-15 style rifle and a shotgun near the suspect. So far, officers have not released the name of the suspected shooter or anyone who was killed. Bend police say another person may have been injured, but we haven't been able to confirm that. Again, we do have a KGW crew en route to Bend this morning, and as police release more information, we'll bring you those updates here and online at kgw.com.
Last night was an extremely busy night for Portland police. They responded to at least 3 shooting calls in just a few hours' time. We're going to start with a deadly shooting on Southeast 148th, just off Southeast Stark in the Centennial neighborhood. Officers responded to a shooting call around 9:30 last night and found 1 man dead. There's no word yet on a suspect or the name of the victim. Portland police say another person was shot along North Expo Road just before 11 last night. So this happened right next to Portland International Raceway. Police believe there may be a second gunshot victim here as well, but have not released any other information. Finally, officers say 2 people, a man and a woman, were shot just after 9 last night. This one happened at the intersection of Southeast 122nd and Burnside. That's the Hazelwood neighborhood. Both of those people were taken to the hospital. So far, there's no word about any suspects.
Last night, we also received several calls and emails about street racing on Northeast Sandy and 72nd. Viewers told us more than 100 people lined the streets as cars drifted down Sandy Boulevard. The crowd was also lighting off fireworks. We reached out to Portland Police to get more information, but officers told us they couldn't respond because of all the shooting calls.
I think it's very, very interesting what happened. I think it's dangerous.
An early morning explosion in downtown Portland on Sunday destroyed food carts, damaged several buildings, and also shattered hundreds of windows.
So far, police haven't reported any injuries, though. Blair Best has more on the aftermath and the investigation.
Broken glass and debris cover many of the sidewalks in southwest Portland Sunday morning.
You can see many buildings, high up windows that released like sheets of glass.
Broken windows all over the neighborhood.
Crews spend hours cleaning up the damage. Portland Fire estimates about 300 windows were shattered from the blast, which happened at 3:40 Sunday morning. When police arrived, they found an explosion in the 5th Avenue food cart pod.
I think it's absolutely crazy and wild.
Donald Johnson lives right behind the food carts.
I'm a veteran with really bad PTSD, so it popped me up quicker than anything.
And we heard this explosion, and so I called down the front desk and said, was it an earthquake? And they had no idea what it was.
I just saw it. I think it's ruined.
This woman works in her son's food truck, which was destroyed by the explosion.
This morning, we got a call from the FBI. Between 3 and 5, there's nobody here. We left at 11:30 and everything was fine. And it happened between 3 and 5, and there's nobody here. It's not open, so something had to have happened.
Portland Fire investigators say there is no indication of explosive devices, and it's being investigated as a fuel gas explosion from something like propane.
These food trucks are really famous, these people that work in these food trucks, and I always eat here every night.
It's so sad. I opened one month. Yeah.
This woman owns a Thai food truck 3 doors down from where it happened. She and her family came to check on her cart after learning about the explosion on Facebook.
It's so sad. My food cart, Thai food.
So far, police say no one was hurt.
Very thankful. I mean, that could have been awful.
And I'm just glad nobody got hurt because all the activity here.
A little bit of a downtown angel going on maybe in this area.
Blair Best, KGW News.
Oregon Governor Kate Brown declared a state of emergency over the weekend because of the threat of wildfires all across the state. So the fire we're following most closely this morning is the Rum Creek Fire. That's the one burning in Josephine County. And so far, it's burned more than 8,000 acres along the Rogue River right near Grants Pass. This fire is also 0% contained. As of Sunday, it's destroyed 3 structures, including a home. More crews from around the state are heading there to help now, including strike teams from the Oregon State Fire Marshal's Office, along with crews from Clackamas, Douglas, Lincoln, and Lynn counties. There will also be a public memorial service today for a firefighter who responded to that fire. Logan Taylor died on August 18th after he was hit by a tree. A live stream of that service in Medford will begin this morning at 10.
And Chris is here. He was saying that you can see the smoke from the Rum Creek Fire from space.
Yeah, this thing really exploded overnight Friday into Saturday with some gusty winds, and I'll show you the visible satellite imagery from yesterday. Let's go ahead and check that. We'll put that into motion, and as you look there at the southwestern corner of your screen there down near Medford, that is the smoke plume from the Rum Creek Fire. As Drew mentioned, it's up to 8,000 or over 8,000 acres and no containment at this point. We're just north and west of Grants Pass, so I-5 travel through this area is obviously going to be quite smoky, and air quality right now in portions of Josephine County right now. There you go. Very unhealthy air showing up with that purple dot in and around that fire. And fire conditions are likely to be a little squirrely here with the winds probably picking up a little bit as we go into tomorrow. Here's a look at the smoke forecast, by the way. And I wanted to mention that while the lion's share of the smoke is going to stay down there in southern Oregon, some of that may try to work its way up along the Cascades. So it's possible that we see a little high elevated smoke. No air quality issues locally expected from that, but it is possible that we see a little bit of that haze in the air. The other story for us locally is the heat. 63 today, so we're already a little warmer than we were yesterday. Check this out. Futurecast says the I-5 corridor in the low 90s today. It's going to be a mild night tonight as we only get down into the mid 60s, and that will serve as a springboard, a launching pad, if you will, into at least the upper 90s tomorrow. Futurecast actually spits out between 98 and 99 for Portland. Hood River 100, 104. Again, these are tomorrow's numbers. And the weather this week is, you know what, August is going out with a bang here with 3 or 4 days in the 90s before we take the edge off the heat a little bit. I've got us dipping back down into the mid 80s by Friday. Your Labor Day holiday weekend at this point looks sunny and warm.
Chris, thank you very much. It's going to be a hot week. It's been a hot summer. So the question is this a pattern in Portland? Chris is going to be back diving into the numbers next on Sunrise.
And a big update regarding our KGW school supply drive. It's not over yet. We still have 3 days left, but we have reached our goal this month. We set out to help 15,000 local students go back to school with the supplies they need. And with your help, mission accomplished. But it's not too late to help out even more students. So one of the easiest ways to give is to hop online, go to kgw.com/school, click that donate cash button, and we'll buy the supplies for you. A big thanks as well to our partners this month in the school supply drive: On Point Community Credit Union, Safeway Albertsons, Intel, and Dick's Auto Group.